So I ended up losing 33 pounds and have maintained it for over a year now. Here's the cool thing. It wasn't just about the weight loss for me. It was about seeing like muscle definition and being able to start lifting heavier and recovering better. I was now living in my ideal weight, which allowed me to optimize my body through using other peptides. I still continued to do all the healthy activities that I did. I had no food noise. I realized that I was not wrestling with the idea of like, oh my gosh, I can't have this cookie or that is forbidden or anything like that. So firsthand experience, it totally impacted my already healthy life. Not just mine, but a ton of women and men around me. Hello, Women of Fort Mill podcast. This is Kellie Hoover, and I am playing a solo today on this episode. We are diving into a topic that I get asked on a regular basis. You have probably seen it everywhere, and that is peptides. So this will be a 3-part series. Today is part 1, and that is Peptides 101. So you can come back next week and we will be talking about part 2, which is focused more on weight loss, more on energy. And then part 3 is going to be focused on hormones and perimenopause, which I know a lot of you struggle with. I hear you asking questions. I see you in the community and we are talking about these topics. And so Leah will also be doing a 3-part series sharing more about her expertise areas. We are excited to be able to feature these. So let's dive into Peptides 101. If you've been hearing about them, but you aren't sure exactly what they are, you are absolutely in the right place. I'm going to dive into being very, very simple. We're going to bust some myths. I'm going to share my personal story that I have not ever shared on the podcast with peptides. And I'm also going to explain why so many women, why so many moms are talking about them right now. So first things first, what are peptides? Peptides, in a very simple, basic definition, they are short chains of amino acids. Think of these as building blocks. These are building blocks in your body, building blocks of protein. So they act like these little tiny messengers, okay, that go through your body. They can carry instructions within your body and they basically go into your cells and they tell your cells what to do. When you're thinking about peptides, it's basically like, hey, skin, make more collagen. Hey, my metabolism, get fired up. Hey, my muscles, I want you to recover faster. Brain, let's get focused. Over time, as we age, our body doesn't send as many of these messages, which is why we start to feel slower, more tired. We see some changes in our skin, our weight, hormones. So think of them really kind of this analogy. They're like text messages that go into your cells, telling them to build muscle, repair skin, regulate your appetite, improve your sleep. So many things. These are natural occurring things. And as we age, like why do we women care? As we age, our peptide levels decline. So we need these in our body. Now, the next question that gets asked a lot is, okay, I see bioidentical synthetic peptides. I see vitamin style supplement topical peptides. What is the difference and do they work the same? So again, very simple breakdown, but like a supplement topical vitamin style peptides, these could be things found in creams and serums, maybe in oral supplements such as like powders or pills. Think of them as like a really taking like a multivitamin. They give your body that extra support. All right, the support that your body could need. But the effect is really only at the surface level. It is very less targeted. Are they great? Yes, they are great as long as they are great quality. But peptides in skincare, some of the products that we see that maybe like help plump or hydrate, that is great. They will do that, but they really don't get down to that cellular level and they get into our system. They're a great thing to have if you're really looking for surface level, kind of less targeted support, but just to support you. Now, synthetic or bioidentical peptides. These are medical grade. These are prescription grade peptides. They come generally in injections, sublingual drops potentially, troches, which are like little things you put under your tongue, little like gummy looking things that you put under your tongue, nasal sprays. Some of them actually can even come in capsules. So these are made in labs, but they are made to be identical to the peptides that you're actually producing in your body. which a lot of people don't really realize. We have over 7,000 peptides in the United States that have been identified. And I'm sure, depending on when you're listening to this, that number could have increased. Now, do we actually have those available to us? No. A lot of them are in research. A lot of them are maybe safe or not safe to use. So you have to do your research. But because they're bioidentical, your body recognizes them. When you inject them into your body, when you take them in as a nasal spray, your body knows what to do because it has them in there already. So when you think about prescription bioidentical peptides, you think about giving your body a very specific instruction, a very targeted approach versus a little bit of a general approach. Now, vitamin style and supplements and topical style peptides, they're going to cost a lot less money, right? They're easy to get. You can buy them online. You can buy them through Amazon or a medical place or wherever you get your supplements. Just make sure they're quality. When you have bioidentical peptides, these are medical grade. You need a prescription for these. And of course, it's more of an investment in your health. It's going to be more targeted approach. So there's a trade-off. So let's kind of get into some of the myths. One of the things I recently heard was, are peptides steroids? Are they like what specifically? So steroids replace hormones in your body. Peptides don't do that. Remember, they're those messengers that signal your body to do something it already knows how to do. So steroids are like taking over a classroom. If you think of yourself as a teacher and they're teaching for the teacher. Peptides are likely handing the teacher a sticky note and a reminder that says, hey, don't forget to cover this topic. So it is important because they're safer, they're gentler, they're bioidentical, and they're these things that are naturally occurring in our body. So another myth to bust is, are they dangerous? Are they unsafe? So when prescribed peptides through a telehealth platform, you really want to make sure you do your due diligence. You want to make sure that it's accredited pharmacies, NABP certified. You want to make sure that it's accredited. A 503A, these are personalized peptides. They are not mass produced. They are a national type of accredited, NABP accredited pharmacies. These are the type of things that you would want to order from. Oftentimes people will see something on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or somewhere and they just click and buy and it's all about the price. This is not the route that you want to go. You want to make sure that you're getting a quality product and it is coming with a prescription. There are definitely sketchy websites out there that are selling fake medical peptides. You have to reconstitute them at home. And to be perfectly honest, you deserve safe. You need things that are important and high quality putting into your body. So another myth. They're a quick fix, Kelly. And here's the truth. Peptides are tools. They are a piece of the puzzle. They are not magic. They're close to magic, but they are not magic. They work best when they are paired with healthy habits. So for example, some of the most popular peptides are your GLP-1s, your GIPs, tirzepatide, semaglutide. Will people have weight loss results or perimenopausal reduction in symptoms if they take these? Yes, they will. However, don't hear what I'm not saying. Paired with eating proper protein, proper macronutrients, movement, moving your body, proper hydration, quality sleep, peptides are going to work so much better. Think about it in this form. If your body is a car, peptides are like tuning up the engine. You still got to have the gas to go. You need to be able to combine these things together. So why is this important for women? To know that it's not a quick fix, but it is a tool in your toolbox. All the things that people are struggling with, this is the puzzle piece that can truly help them optimize their health. So another myth that I hear a lot is peptides are for athletes or for bodybuilders or for people who are super in shape. Nope. They're actually being used by moms, by dads, by grandparents. They're used for metabolism boost, for hormones, for energy, for skin. Again, it is a giant part of a biohacking, functional health, preventative healthcare space that is all the rage in the United States right now. Another myth is everyone gets the same thing. Nope. Again, that is not true. You want it to be personalized. You may need something totally different than the girlfriend sitting beside you or your husband or your best friend or someone that you work with. So really getting something personalized and why you need to work with someone who is very educated regarding peptides. And that's not easy to find, as I know. So I'm going to dive in a little bit to my story and really how I personally discovered them and why this is what I do for a living is education. So I've spent 15 years in the pharmaceutical industry. Interesting enough, I was in the type 2 diabetic market when GLP-1s, semaglutide and tirzepatide first came out as daily injections for type 2 diabetics. I remember in the endocrinology offices, 1 year after these products were launched, the endocrinologists were like, people are losing weight. You guys, this was 24 years ago, around 2001. So when GLP-1s came out to the market as Ozempic and Wegovy and all the other popular things that you hear about, I knew exactly what it was. I myself have always been a busy mom. I'm always trying to balance my energy, my weight, my work, and I was personally living a very healthy lifestyle. After pharmaceuticals for 15 years, I went into 9 years of partnering with a supplement company, taking very good quality supplements, had been working out and eating well, not dieting, but eating well for over a decade of my life. Spent a lot of time working and being healthy, but I still had fluff. I still had brain fog. I still had certain things. I was like, I just cannot get this right. I really wanted to have less food noise. I wanted a confidence boost. I wanted physical changes. I was spending time in the gym, but I wasn't seeing anything change in my body. It didn't matter how hard I worked or what I ate and what I didn't. I have not officially gone into perimenopause, although I do think I am knocking on the door. So I, in the state of South Carolina, tried to find injectable NAD. I tried to find injectable glutathione. It was very difficult to find. And I found that the majority, in fact, I never found a healthcare professional that was overly educated and could prescribe it for me. I occasionally would find an IV, but getting it through an IV, NAD plus was what I specifically was looking for, did not feel great. And I did not want to feel like that after getting an IV. I took the best quality supplements that I could find, did not see a difference. So when I found NAD injections and glutathione injections through a telehealth platform, I thought, okay, this is great. I need to pay attention to this. During that time also, I got introduced and saw a lot of friends losing weight with the GLP-1s and the GIP peptides. So I said, why not me? So I jumped in. My goal was 20 pounds. I just wanted to shake that fluff that I never could have gotten rid of. I lost the 20 pounds, felt incredible, virtually no side effects. At a very, very low dose, I got to 20 pounds and I said, oh, I'm fluffier than I thought I was and I need to lose a little bit more weight. So I ended up losing 33 pounds and have maintained it for over a year now. Here's the cool thing. It wasn't just about the weight loss for me. It was about seeing like muscle definition and being able to start lifting heavier and recovering better. I was now living in my ideal weight, which allowed me to optimize my body through using other peptides. I still continued to do all the healthy activities that I did. I had no food noise. I realized that I was not wrestling with the idea of like, oh my gosh, I can't have this cookie or that is forbidden or anything like that. So firsthand experience, it totally impacted my already healthy life. Not just mine, but a ton of women and men around me. So having the mental clarity, physical changes, and truly being able to impact my everyday life, this is why now I feel so passionate about peptides. So why are moms really talking about peptides? You've probably noticed it's not just celebrities and influencers. It's truly everyday moms inquiring about this, wanting to peel back the layers. Peptides for a long period of time were always for the rich and famous. They were very difficult to get. You couldn't find them. You couldn't find quality ones. People didn't understand them. Your normal healthcare professionals generally are not educated about it, not because of their fault, but we live in our healthcare world is a sick care world. And we live in a space where we are fixing things after their problems instead of preventing them. The last 5 to 10 years, you have seen this growth in functional health and preventative health care, and that's where peptides fit in. And that's why a lot of moms are talking about them. They're talking about them, asking questions about them, trying to figure out like which one's right for me and where can I get them. And truly, like what we need to do as women and why I personally decided to begin educating about them is to normalize it. A lot of time, and I felt this way too, I felt shame. I felt guilt. I felt that I was being, vain. And it's not necessarily vanity. This is about showing up for you, for your family, for your career and yourself and optimizing your body so you can be the best in your life. Think about it this way. Your last kitchen tool that you bought. Did you just stick to the old kitchen tool that your mom used 40, 50 years ago? No, there's a new, easier, better, more efficient way to get the same result. You buy the kitchen tool. Think about the air fryer. This is a kitchen tool that most of us have in our home. You can use the air fryer for so many things, and it's a healthier version than frying up things. So we use this, and that's exactly what peptides are. They're a piece of the puzzle that are truly coming in. So this was Peptide 101, part one of a 3-part series that I, Kellie Hoover, am going to be sharing with the Women of Fort Mill podcast. Here's the key takeaway for you. Peptides aren't hype. They are tools to help women, to help men, moms, dads reclaim their energy, health, and their confidence. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you're curious more about how you can plug into peptides, you want more information, please send myself, Kellie Hoover, an Instagram message, or you can email me at restoremyhealthtoday@gmail.com. You can certainly find Women of Fort Mill podcast and message there if you are wanting to explore maybe your own peptide journey. I can get you connected with the telehealth concierge medicine platform where I order and I refer all of my closest friends and colleagues to be able to get good quality peptides. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, share it with a friend, share it on your social media, and tag Women of Fort Mill podcast. Please go to our Instagram and give us a follow, and also subscribe to our newsletter so you can keep updated with everything. Cannot wait to be back next week for part 2.